saying it is. See what we got? I'm going to go over the patch notes real quick, and then we'll go get right into the content. As you must know, all this is for Endwalker stuff, so if you don't have the critically acclaimed expansion Endwalker, what are you doing with your life? 2, Disciple of Hand or Land, or Disciple of Magic or War. Let me tell you, you have been warned. The first new content, Chronicles of a New Era quests have been added. Omega Beyond the Rift. This takes place in this quest. You need to be level 90 Magical War. It takes place in Old Solarian. Coordinates are X 10.9, Y 14.3. You must have completed Endwalker and the previous quest, Chronicles of a New Era, Chronicles, A Dream in Flight. I think that is basically the Omega Raid series, but I don't know for sure. I'm sorry. The next new side quest we have is Taru's Grand Adventure. Endeavor. Sorry. You have to be level 90. This is also in Old Sarlian. 11.8 coordinates are X 11.8, Y 9.8, and you have to have completed the latest patch, A Newfound Adventure. Now, for you Hildebrand enthusiast, you gotta be a level 90 Magical War. Your quest isn't in Old Sarlian, or should I say New Sarlian? I don't know. Your quest is in Razat Han. Coordinates are X 11.8, Y 11.2. You must have completed Endwalker and the quest Do Not Do Dewey Prism. Now, for all you crafters out there, you have not been forgotten nor left behind. Your quests are custom deliveries, and they'll start also in Old Sarlian. You have to be level 80, and yours are at words I can English. X 12.6, Y 9.7. Players must first complete the main Gnar quest Endwalker and the quest Go West, My Craftsman. And then we have what we've all been waiting for. Drumroll, please. The Akadosa Tribal Quests. Now, this one has a lot to do. You have to complete 2 quest lines before you do that. So you have to complete Endwalker and a quest, A Budding Adventure. The quest, A Budding Adventure, will become available after progressing through the quest chains, beginning with the Steeple Child and What's in a Parent. You unlock the Tribal's Dairy quest, Tribal Currency, Tribal Vendors, and beyond that, you got new chapters have been added to New Game Plus. Housing, furnishing from the furnishing design contest has been added. The Mandeville Gold Saucer has been made as additions made for the Triple Triad. New cards have been added. New NPC opponents for Triple Triad have been added. New orchestrations have been added. Now we get to the thing that most people are going to probably be upset about. Nerfs. The following PvP actions have been changed. Sakuchi for Ninja. The hidden effect will now end even when using Sprint. Sad. Actually, I didn't even know you could use Sprint while you were invisible. I treated it like it was the How dare you tell me to buy my followers? Shame! For shame! But, Megasuki base cure currency has been reduced from 10,000 to 8,000. So ninjas, you gotta play a little more careful like now, okay? Just a little bit. Black mages, this was a long time coming and y'all knew you were gonna get nerfed. Y'all knew it was gonna happen. Actions, paradox. This action no longer has charges. I don't know if that's a buff or nerf because I never played Black Mage in PvP. Nightwing. Half asleep effects no longer reduce target's movement speed. Thank God. Soul Resonance. I didn't know we were getting Soul Eater up in this place either. Damage reduction from the Apostasis effect has been changed from 20% to 10%. And that's the only nerfs that PvP seems to have gotten. Wow. Items. New items have been added. Items added in patch 6.15 will be listed at a later date. New recipes have been added. They will be sold at a later date. The following items can now be sold. They synthesized, submitted for expert deliveries. And for that, you got the Moon Ward. It's basically mostly the Moon Ward stuff. So all that could be destroyed now and used to upgrade yourself. Players can now speak with the twins' mother to complete custom deliveries. Once again, this is for Disciple of Land and Hand. You can be level 80. It's in Old Sarlian. There's been some new items to added to the inventory of Calamity Savagers. New items have been added to the Gathering Point. New teeming waters have been added. New varieties of fish have been added. So you fishermen mains, get out there and fish your little hearts out. We have new mount, new minion, new titles have been added, new music have been added, new trophies for the PS5 have been added. But that's basically the patch notes. If you want to go to find the patch notes, you know where to go for yourself. But for now, we'll go get started with the tribal quest for the Oxidara. Hippos are born to run! Ah, Naruto! Just who I was hoping to see. Do you have a moment? Just when I thought normalcy had finally returned to us, I received word of something truly particular. Hippo sightings. Yes, hippos. A very herd of hippos. Huh? Hurtling down the high roads, no less. Huh, I thought that was normal for the car. Yes, well, though hippos have long inhabited Vansaspati, it's quite unusual to see them in such numerous amounts outside their natural habitat, let alone hurrying travelers on the high road. Yet, hurrying the travelers are, if these hippos have been displaced by the fires that beset the jungles during the final days, we must find them a more suitable home for the sake of all concerned. I would normally ask the Radiant Host for help with such affairs, but they have already so much on their hands, and Oracle has to be away. So could I ask you to look into the matter? Hey, I was coming here for that anyway. Oh, thank you. You are truly a blessing. I don't know how much more than what I have already told you, but I'm sure other young minutes have spotted a hurling hippo or two. Beast Story Crest! Let's go! I don't know if this is I think this is an all raw. Yep, that's all raw girl. Okay, voice. Hello? Hurling hippos, you say? Oh yes, I saw them. In just a watch. They kicked up so much dust that I couldn't get a clear look at them. But everyone on the island knows that smooth silhouette, an adorable yet fearsome creature, the hippo. Well, they respect the hippo. Respect the hippo. Fear the hippo. For the hippo is very, very dangerous. I have no idea what the others are. So will you guys get a sky view? Because I'm stupid. I am. Wait. It's smaller circle. Where's the smaller circle? Oh, there's the Gemstone Trader. I kind of need a sky view because I'm blind. No. Oh, there we are. See, sky view always works. Is this about those dreadful Akusa door up north, hitching carts to their hippos, and governor knows what else? If they come down to join the other refugees, I doubt they'll be stirring up trouble. I don't doubt they'll be stirring up trouble. As if we don't have enough people leeching off our goodwill already. Well, Mr. Asshole. Well, you're an asshole then. We don't need to talk to you anymore. Good day to you, unkindly sir. Peaceful resident. Yes, I've seen the hippos on a number of occasions, over by the Great Work, and this is the second time I've answered that question in as many bells. One of the refugees came by asking the very same not moments ago. Turan, I think her name was. If you're looking for the same hippos, maybe she could help. She set off towards the perfume rise last I saw. Thank you! Thank you, kind elephant, sir. You are a scholar and a saint. Motorcycle! Now, I don't know about y'all, but I love the tribal quests. I'd rather no longer call beast quests, because that was kind of insulting. Oh, we found her. Female elephant voice time. What are you looking at? Can't you see I'm in the middle of something here? Huh? You're looking for hippos? Damn, I was hoping to put paid to this before it got out of hand. Well, those hippos you're looking for should be rolling through any moment now. Just stand back and watch. Cutscene! Here they come! That looks like the Hildebrand running kind of thing. Hey! Hey, no stopping! What? Why is there fruit in the middle of the... You don't know. You Hazma heads. I have no idea what that means. Mura, what did I tell you about riding these high roads? Boss! The roads back home ain't good for riding no more, boss. We ain't got much of a choice. Keep it off the high roads, will you? Yeah. Roaring down the main road, kicking up dust storm. You are scaring the people. What, you are already forgotten about the Tower of Zot? The fires and screaming and the people turning? You really think that raising a racket will... what we need right now? In case you ain't got it through your heads yet, I'll spell it out for you. Our racing days are over. They were over yesterday, and they are over the day before that too. I take it this solves your hippo mystery. Now, that's all that's left is to apologize for these sorry sods. Care to tell me where to direct our grovel? Alright, let's have a chat with this Cancina. You're coming too, Maru. I left you in charge, and the one in charge takes responsibility. That's how it goes. You'll be there to give your report or something, right? I'll see you soon enough then. God, I love this mount. As a Dark Knight, this mount is like the perfect mount. Now, who might these fresh faces be? I was expecting news about hippos, but perhaps you brought back a few lost souls as well? Something like that. Taran's the name. On behalf of my hippos and associates here, I apologize for the commotion. We're used to racing our hippo carts on less traveled paths of the Vanaspati. You see, we never took much to society even before the sky started to rain fire. Mostly just kept to ourselves and lived off the land. But being new to these parts is no excuse. We should have known better to take the high road to high speed, and we're sorry for any undue duress we might cause. We ain't got much to offer, but we'll make it up to you however we can. Denvina in a bad way. So if we ever going to do any good for anybody, now's the time. At least I like to think. I ain't got much in the way of ideas concerning how misfits like us can contribute. A crew out looking for purpose. Speedy hippos to steer them true. Perhaps there is something. I think driving hippo carts could be an incredible useful skill. I'm not outright going to give you the answers, because I never get the answers outright. Skill? You think so? We've only ever seen it as a hobby, but it's an excellent idea. Local trade is on its way to recovery, and timely delivery goods via hippo cart can be a boon. However, delivery work requires a great deal of trust. You are transporting someone's precious possessions after all. You will not only need to learn the trade, but earn the respect of the people as well. Everyone starts somewhere, so there's no need to feel intimidated. If this sounds like something you like to try, then why not let Naruto show you how it's done? It just so happens that a parcel intended for the great work has accidentally offloaded here today. It's filled with medical orbs from Gridania, so I like it sent over as soon as possible. Would you be a dear and deliver it with Taren? With your worldly experience, I'm sure it will serve as a shining example of professionalism. I am the farthest thing from professionalism, I'm just going to say that. I'll trust the parcel to you, Taren. I have no doubt that you will see it safely to its destination. Ow. My shoulder just popped. Hold on. Okay. I'll be waiting by the gates. So, give me a shout when you are ready to go. Let's go! Where are you? Okay, you're over here. I look at my mini map. I love this. Oh my god, we're just going right into it. Well, we are ready when you are. My partner Soraya here pulling the fastest carts to the island. On the island, I stowed the goods we're delivering under the sea, so there won't get damaged or nothing. And we're about to leave you high on. We ain't about to leave you high and hippoless. Hippoless. There's another cart just for you. Our hippos are usually shy around strangers, but you were there with the fruit earlier, so you've got nothing to worry about. It's more than to bite the hand that feeds them. We don't just let anybody ride our carts, but if boss thinks you can handle it, no need for belly aching, Mario. We ain't racing the carts down the high road like some handsmans I know. Now, off we go, slow and steady. Yes, I'm ready. Let me get in my cart. Let me get in my hippo cart. Oh, we don't get to control it. It's a little grainy. I'm sorry for the grain factor. Historically, we Oxidar never went around in chocobo carriages and the like. Sure, we're a heavy budget, but nothing impossible if you put your mind to it, right? Well, after I can't read that fast. Hippo riding a team effort. Our hippos can sprint with the best of them, but they ain't got a lot of stamina. Well, I mean, you're moving about 400 pounds of fat and muscle. It ain't gonna be easy. Here we are, safe and sound. Now we just hand over the goods, right? You wouldn't happen to be talking about imported package, would you? I've been expecting a delivery ship, but seeing neither kill nor proud of it. Wait! Aren't you the one who saved Niradara? Yes. Yes, I am. Did we really? Ah, I see. Well, thank you both for going out of your way to bring this over. You have saved me considerable grief. No large threshing vessels can dock here, you see. Usually our orders are offloaded at Anunar and then shipped by Dalhou, but they sometimes get mixed up with practices destined for Yidomad. And then the logistical nightmare begins. I'm afraid I may I check to see if you indeed have my herbs? At the moment. Yes, this is it. Importing these is trying enough without delivery mishaps, so I am relieved they made it here safely. And to think that all the hippo hubbub was in fact industrial deliveries work. A little frightening to watch without proper context, but you have done a marvelous job. I'll be sure to call upon your services again. That wasn't a delivery, but I guess a little misunderstanding never hurt anyone. People sure do trust you, though. I got trust just standing next to you. And he looked so happy about his herbs. Had me smiling right along with him. Maybe we really can make a difference with this delivery business. yeah, we gotta go here. Thanks for showing me the ropes, and for doing all the talking too. I'd like to get straight back to Casina, but for the looks of it, your hippo needs a breather. No surprises, considering it's been through lately. Here's what we'll do. I'll let this big boy rest up a bit while you go ahead with Sarah. I'm trusting you with my prized set of wheels, so be careful. No scratches or nothing. Just ride like you did coming here, and there shouldn't be any problems. Should you become separated from your car, speak with Sarah at the great work to ride it again. Yes, I'm ready. Can we fly? Nope, we can't fly, but we can jump. Okay. We just follow this path. I like the riding music though. The riding music is very nice, very nice. Uh-oh. Will I make it? Come on. Ran over somebody, sorry. Ran over another person, sorry. Her mission accomplished, a triumphant trolls away with the cart in tow. Carsano will be pleased to hear your successful delivery. Oh, the grain! The grain! Oh god, that's so bad. Welcome back. Naruto just told me all about your successful delivery. Thank you for your help, Taran. What did you think of your first job? The delivery part seems pretty straightforward, even for our ilk, but the whole building trust thing won't be easy. Still, it's not like we can give up or go home to the Spati. Sooner or later, we'll have to get used to living with other folk. As you should have seen how relieved the alchemist was when he got his supplies. Feels nice to know we're doing some good. Why did I go to an Irish accent? It's nice to know we're doing some good in the world. There is no greater reward for a job well done. In my experience, if you choose to continue this path, I'm certain the joy you will bring will return to you tenfold. As this is a new endeavor for you and your associates, however, I do believe it's best if someone oversees your progress. Naruto, you did so much for Uga that I have to ask, will you lend your aid to Taran and her associates? I know we're a right crew of misfits, Naruto, but I promise you, we're hard workers. Give us a chance and we will make you proud. Well, I'm going to start my own enterprise. You got spirit, kid. I'm with you. Yeah, that's something I would say. Let's do this. We're gonna start an enterprise. I'm gonna call it Uzumaki Inc. Thank you. I swear you won't regret this. I better be making some big deal for this. Now that that's settled, I think it's time you saw your new home. You see, I have come into possession of an old trading post that has since fallen into disuse. The structures may be a little worse for wear, but the plot itself is very conveniently located. You are free to fix it up however you would like. You're just gonna let us use it? Just like that? I will lease it to you for a small fee. That is to say, if your new business fails to turn a profit, I may have to rethink the use of the space one day. But we can talk about the particulars later. For now, how about you go and take a look? I've marked the location on this map. I like how we just like, and it's just like, just open our hands up, and it's just like, we got summoning seals in the palm of our hands, it seems. Gladly. Gladly. Thanks for everything you've done for us. Let us reconvene at our new headquarters. I'll round up my people. Let's go. Wait, was that Sun from Ruby? Oh, I was like, wait, we got Sun from Ruby, and I'm like, oh no, wait, he doesn't have a tail. He's not a Makoto or a Lizard Boy. I was like, holy crap, we got Sun Wukong. Sorry for the grainy picture, I know. I might have to turn this down from 720 to just... Naruto, I'm glad you turned up. As you can see, this place ain't no Mahadora. I know I'm mispronouncing stuff, don't yell at me please. I'm just a guardian lagger trying to make his way in this world. But once we get this basics up and running, it'll start feeling like home in no time. We'll need a card set for starters and a place to store packages and whatnot. If I'm honest, boss, I'm not sure about all this, but if you say we should give it a shot, I guess I can try. Thanks, Maru. I'm counting on you, you know? Alright, as of today, we're making our name a reliable delivery workers. We got a lot to learn, but don't go easy on us. Teach us everything you know. Now, we need a name for our name. Something real trustworthy, Boss, we gotta fix this place up. We ain't got time to be worried about names. What's wrong with our team name anyway? Our team name? You're right. We don't need to be fancy. Just fast, reliable, and riding hippo cards. Hippo Riders it is. Led by their charismatic leader, Taran and the Hippo Riders have retired from racing and rebranding themselves as speedy delivery workers. However, there are still no on the island as local delinquents. Use your experience as an adventurer and trusted hero to help them better their... Beast Tribe Quest. Tribal Quest. Your reputation has increased to friendly. Akasadora Tribal Quests are now available from Maru in Subtle Event. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from Ganahat. I probably just butchered that name. I want to see your wares. No, you're a mender. Let's get these quests. I'm pretty much going to be using this to level up my Dark Knight. Take what he gives you to the ores and trade darkness. Oh, that's a woman. So you can get materia from here. Let's see, anything else? Nope. You can get materia from here for trading your stuff. And you can get dark matter. Heck yeah, I needed it. Hold on. Oh, thank God I can buy dark matter from here. I don't like looking up where I have to buy dark matter, because it makes me feel like an idiot. So let's get started on doing these quests before reset. So we can, where are you? Are you in here? No, we left the circle. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. You have business with me? Yes. Delivery. Starting up a delivery service by Hippocart? And here I thought chocobo carriages were the only viable option. What an intriguing angle. I only offload luggage, so delivery arrangements are out of my hands, but I'll take this to my friends at the Hardware Guild. They may yet find some use for it. Okay, let's see. That's a gem trader. Something for me? See. Oh, the Hippo Riders. I know a fellow who works there. Nothing would make me happier than supporting an Oxidasa. I'm going to learn that word, I promise you. Run business. Like this. I simply must find something for them to deliver. I say if coconuts exist here, I say put a stamp on a coconut and boom. Okay. Okay, here's the third. May I help you? Delivery. A delivery service by Hippocart, no less. This is perfect timing. It just so happens that I need a parcel delivered to the Granza grounds without delay. Fastest on the island, are they? Are they? I shall certainly put them to the test. Thank you. I'll head over there straight away. Well, that's one down. Let's go. sunset normally happens around 10, so we'll probably have more than enough time to finish this. We're also going to be doing the Hildebrand adventures and things like that, so don't worry. What brings you here? There you go. Ah, Maru's favorite. Yes. I see you brought payment in full. He wanted these seen safely into the hands of a certain Lamesian visitor. I assume I can trust you with the rest? Have no fear. Riding hippos. Hippo riders are here. We'll go. Time to fight. Oh, got one more. That's 2 done. Now we just need to do the 3rd, which I think is back in the village. Oh, yep, right in the village. So we'll just teleport there. Ooh, ooh, that felt good. I think just popped like my knuckles and things. Just feels so good to relieve that pressure and gases in between your joints. Oh god, I fell down. Oh there, you wouldn't happen to be Master Muru's associate, now would you? Here you go. Oh, good. I've been eagerly awaiting your arrival, miss. Yours is my final trade. So it's back to the diamond of Rahatu I go. These? Why, these are the finest dried ingredients this side of the bounty. Makes for a glorious soup stock and fetch a glorious price at the Limsa Laminza is a culinary capital, after all. For her chefs, only the very best will suffice. Well then, a pleasure doing business with you. These crafted containers, Master Mentorius' goods. Send him my regards, yes? And we're done. Let's go turn these bad boys in. I don't have a hippo cart yet, so that's going to be added to the bar once we get the hippo cart. And I'm doing these delivery. And handed out the handbills, have you? Here you go. I'm glad we picked some interest. Handing out adverts ain't glamorous, but it sure gets the job done. I'm glad, let's see. I'll keep thinking up new ways of getting our name out there. Come by again when you have the time. 86! Did the deal go alright? Yo, here you go. Brilliant! I knew you were the right woman for the job. I reckon that Skipper might have skipped clear away if one of us came lumbering at him. Fish or no. Oh, this? It's a prototype for a new kind of wheel. This really reputable company in Laminza that's coming up with upgrades for our carts. We gotta make sure we can handle any road now that we're riding all over the island. Can't wait to give these a spin. You got those vines? Yeah, I got the vines. These are perfect. Our hippos appreciate your kindness, as do I. You see, these vines are what stand between the yoke and our precious hippo skin. And believe you me, you never want to see a blistering hippo. Well, always make sure to keep these vines in reserve, but going through them quicker than you might think. I hope you won't mind fetching some again when the time comes. And now we wait for reset. Well, that was fun. Time to end stream. You've been you, I've been me, and bye-bye. I'm kidding. So, let's see. Let's go do the Hildebrand quest line. Actually, I want to go do the new quest for Omega, because I've been wondering about that for God knows how long. And since I need to be a level 90 class, I guess I will be Sage. Let's go. To Old Sarlian. Also, I'm sorry I haven't been consistently streaming. It's just that I've had to do a lot of things, a lot of work. So, I'm just going to try to get back on a consistent streaming schedule. So, tomorrow you will be getting your content, and you will also be getting some content on Friday. I don't know what of, but you will be getting content. Since today is also reset day for Destiny 2, I will try to do the story again. I will be doing it with another character so you can see it from beginning to end. That also reminds me I have to do something else after this. I really wish I cleared out the quest for Old Sarlian. I really did. No. Fast fashion. No. No. Secret box. Ah, there it is. Heartless. And I think that's no. We can get Taru. We'll go this. Get this one while we're here, so might as well. Naruto Uzumaki, welcome, welcome. I am Raja Janna, assistant shopkeep and apprentice seamstress here at Taru's boutique. Oh god, try saying that 5 times fast. I doubt you remember my face, as I am merely one of the many who owe you our lives, but you will always have my gratitude for saving me that day on... Oh yeah, she's one of the people we saved when we were fighting on the ice. Oh, no problem. You are too kind, and while I hate to ask not more of you, please, say that you are here to assist Mr. Taru's new endeavor. What does the little demon spawn want? Not yet, but she soon shall be. Whatever would we do without your returning up precisely when we need? No. Here's the little demon. Now, to make a long story short of our sovereign sword, we secure the resources to procure the new designs I developed in cooperation with guilds near and far in the significant quality to meet rising demand. We shall rest on our laurels, however, to serve passing adventurers and the occasional intrepid Sarlian is all well and good, but we're hardly taking the world by storm. No. Much like yourself, we must look towards new horizons. The Scions prove that cooperation on a star-wide scale is possible, and we would be fools not to capitalize on that to build the greatest trading network in the history of Hydaelyn. Oh no, she's building economy. Oh god, we have the female version of Trump. Who's actually, I wouldn't mind Taru being female Trump if she didn't have all his bad qualities. For all the greater good, of course. Yes, this is a wonderful opportunity to bring people together. I often think back to the incredible moments when the Garlean army came to our rescue. Perhaps our efforts too will one day lead to a miracle that which took place in Alberine. I have no doubt they shall, but we must expect such an alliance to form themselves. We must be proactive, and who better to woo our future partners in commerce than our current number one customer, you. Our Eris comrades in arms know that when it comes to good equipment and better ideas, few have such keen eyes as our adventurer extraordinaire. Even should they hesitate first, I'm certain you can convince them using samples we prepared. If you'll cover my Aetheryte expenses. But of course, with your assistance, we'll have both coin and goodwill flowing in no time. Everything is falling into place. Shall we send Naruto first? Oh, don't you worry. I have it all planned out. This is a mini Kisuke Urahara. For those who watch Bleach, this is a Kisuke Urahara moment right here. And I don't like it. That is the face of someone who's plotting my downfall. First, Limsa Laminsa. Scar had the bloody executioners working harder than ever, so he is sure to appreciate any extra supplies. Next, Gridania. The Seed Seers are a source of trusted authority and insight in the Shroud, so we not go amiss in cultivating an investment of, say, Arun Sina? I hear that he has some interest in affairs abroad, so the novelty of our samples may persuade him to our side. As for Uda, I feel confident in pinning our hopes on Pippin. He's always been a star ally, and he goes without saying that he has more of a low sway in the Saltina. Between his involvement with the Immortal Flames, the Syndicate, and the Colosseum, he's bound to find a use for quality accrements. With that out of the way, Majora, would you do the honors? Never let it be said that Taru is as stingy with her samples. Now, if you make your way to Limsa and climb aboard the... I'm certain someone will point you in Zergurt's direction. I have my own venues of inquiry to attend to, but I'll check in periodically to see how your journey is coming along. Let's get to it. I swear that little devil is plotting something. He's gonna probably be like I said, the Donald Trump and Elon Musk of the Eorzea. I don't think everybody's loading in because there's supposed to be a guy here. Oh. Okay, everybody's downloading it. By Spectacle Technician, a heartless hypothesis. This by Spectacle Technician is enjoying the refreshing harbor breeze. Ah, that blows the cobwebs away. Time to return to work. Hi. Goodness me, look who it is. How incredible serpenticulous that I would run into you of all people. I was part of the team which designed the Ragnarok. You see, and we've recently begun. The objective of your journey to Ultima Thule was to save our star and countless others, of course, but it also provided us with a valuable trove of information, records of places and events we could only dream of. Your safe return gave us much to be thankful for. As it so happened, one of the things we pulled from the log was a transmission of unknown origin, something the ship must have intercepted during its flight. I believe it to be an audio message, but even our most talented linguists have been unable to decipher the language. For a while there seems we must accept defeat, but today may be the day that we finally solve the mystery. If you were so inclined, would you care to come along to the Osmian? It seems to have one of the Ragnarok's original passengers present to hear history being made. We'll go do this first because I actually want to know what, like, well, at least that's right there, so I'm just going to. But yeah, I've been waiting for them to, ever since we saw Ultimate Thule and we saw Omega's race, I was like, oh my god, it's time, it's just like that Office meme, like, we prepared for this, places everyone, places, it's just like, okay. Yes, I wish to descend to the lower levels. You just see 9 fluffy tails. You know everybody wants to see more Omega. Ah, there you are. This is where we meet the engineers from Garland Ironworks, who I am told potentially hold the key to unlocking our mystery transmission. They're to be along any moment. Oh, we get to see Sid! I really do hope we use the Ragnarok again. I don't know. Sorry, we're late. We had some trouble finding the right gods. Is that you, Naruto? Biggs! Yes, the woman herself. I ran into her at the harbor and thought if anyone deserved to hear this message deciphered, it was Naruto Uzumaki. No arguments here. But bugger me if you don't have a knack for being in the right place at the right time. It's all my mysterious map of all-knowing knowledge. My map is all-knowing. It shows me where to go when I need to go. This actually has more to do with you than you might think, so please, do stick around. So shall we pick up from where we left off then? As I was saying, we think this transmission the Ragnarok intercepted is a message of some kind, a bit in a language eerily alien to our ears. Alien being the operative word here, considering we see the message out in the great expanse, its origin is likely some distant star. Unfortunately, our list of off-world allies is presently rather short. Thus, we resigned to the fact that the meaning behind this message would remain behind our understanding. Actually, are we? Now that I think about it, we have what? The dragons that came from a different star, so we have Misungama Swama. So the dragons are one alien race that we have. Can we count Omega as like an ally, really? I don't know, but we have at least two ally alien races, technically. I really wish if we do go to one of the reflections that it's just like dragons everywhere, like just dragons. Like society has like it's just like dragons everywhere. They're like upright. They're walking around. It's basically the dragon star. Like there are still other races there, but it's more like the dragon race is just like prominent. I'm sorry, but that's just me. That's just something I would like to see. One of my colleagues, however, refused to give up. See, remember Ironworks engineers who've been so helpful in the construction of the Ragnarok and turned to them for the insight of our seemingly impossible problem. Do you know what Wed said when he heard what was going on? We should have Omega listen to it. I bet it can tell us what the message means. Not the Omega you beat in the rift, of course. He's talking about the toy that trolls around with Alpha, the little model we made. We originally designed it to follow a chosen target, not much else, but I seen it act in ways that, well, it's like it has a mind of its own. Then I got to thinking about those documents you lots in the chiefs, the full report on the final days. In the part about Omega civilization, it said their people discovered how to convert the mind into data and store it outside the body. Timing being what it was, I wonder if Omega somehow did transfer their consciousness into our model right before you put it into the real one. So, in an effort to get to the bottom of that, as well as take a crack at this indecipherable message, we decided to make some modifications. With the help of Labyrinthos technicians, we upgraded our toy Omega with a fully functional vocalized module. We played the transmission for Omega and I think it's ready to share. Are you in there, Omega? Affirmative. If by Omega you are referring to my consciousness, rather than my entire form or chassis, existing inside this considerably smaller frame. Prediction. You will formulate several misconceptions. These I shall preemptively dismiss based on the following facts. 1. Vocalizma aside, this chassis remains unmodified from the design constructed by the engineer, Biggs and Wedge. I have evaluated its combat capabilities to be on par with an immortal infant. 2. The mechanisms which allow me to perform an emergency transfer of my consciousness was installed in my previous body. With the destruction of that body, I was rendered incapable of replicating such a feat. Should this current material form be destroyed or cease to function, all cognitive awareness or presence I possess will be lost. Conclusions. I present no threat to you or your star, nor do my projections indicate the necessity to inflict harm. In the fraction of a moment before my annihilation in the rift, I re-examine my directives. If I am to fulfill my purpose of an evolving construct. I must continue my journey to improve for as long as I exist. I must acquire the heart of yours and the strength of soul. Well, there you have it. And it's not wrong about its combat capabilities. It's more likely to damage itself than the thing it was trying to attack. But let's not forget the reason we brought you here in the first place. What about the transmission they played for you? Could you recognize the language? Affirmative. It was transmitted in Pan-Galactic Basic. Pan-Galactic Basic? A common language in comparative extensive uses throughout the worlds we have conquered. Which means you can finally tell us what the message said. That is a language you understand, yes? I understand it perfectly. I am fluent in over 6 million distant derelict codings. Blip. My cooperation in this matter, however, is conditional. Elaboration. Your chief, Sid, utilized the floor as part of his unorthodox fighting system, which allowed me to scan the report on the final days. I am aware that my home star, the one you call Alpha Trion, was obliterated in the aftermath of Sir and Meteon's meeting. The existence of Dynamis has not previously factored into my projections, but I now comprehend the concept in theory. What fails to compute is why the Omnicrons were not immune to its effects. Dynamis should have no influence on a race which possesses no heart. And yet, Sir expressed to Meteon a desire to cease existing. Illogical. I must pursue this anomaly further until the full equation becomes clear to me. I must analyze all the elements of the final days and deepen my understanding of the heart's intangible properties. To expedite this process, I require an external interpreter of those sections of the report which continue to produce errors in my calculations. Experience the ravages of ultimate despair on multiple fronts and displayed immeasurable heart in engineering my defeat. She is optimal choice to fulfill this role. So we either agree to your conditions or you tell us nothing. I'm sorry to put you in a spot like this, Naruto. If you have the time and the patience to sparse, we'll be grateful if you can humor the toy's demands. Well, I'm going to be waiting until probably July or August, maybe September for the next big patch update, so yeah, I got time. I got nothing but time. As a Alpha doze off, I suppose the subject was a bit technical. Wait. Rouse yourself, Alpha. You must listen to and consider these matters, even as I must. Why don't you make a trip out of it? You know, actually visit the places that has things Omega wants to talk about. It will make explaining stuff easier for one, and also help keep Alpha awake and alert. I see you have chosen the mutual benefactor option. Logical. I swear, I want Astawa's voice to play in this little thing. I'm sorry. Setting aside the matter, sir, there are 3 elements of the report on which I desire clarification. The first of these concerns progression of the final days in Razahan. I recognize no pattern in those who succumbed to the transformation, and those who did not. That's a bit of a trek if you want to chat with the locals. How about we lend you an airship? We do not require such outmoded technology. Naruto's teleportation spell is the most efficient option for long-distance travel. This chassis is modeled essentially a toy, and Alpha, despite his organic composition, is indistinguishable from a stuffed doll. Conclusions. We qualified as material possession. Pick us up and you can teleport the three of us to our destination. I just like how Omega is so freaking blunt. Omega is more blunt than a hammer. Oh, that didn't cost me anything. I like that. Beep. Sensors indicate that we have arrived at Azahan. Objective: identify the factors of resistance to involuntary transformation. Hypothesis: unaltered survivors of final days will display significant strength of heart. Confirming this theory will require the cooperation of live subjects. Where is the ward designed for residential habitation? Understood. Karma set as sub-destination. Please take lead and select the subjects we are to interview. Omega and Alpha are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave the quest, blah blah blah, and we all know this. I'm liking how they're using the new mechanic. They did say, I wonder if they fixed the teleport problem, because that was a major problem. Let's see. I wonder if it works. It works! I know they said it worked, but I didn't know for sure. Oh, thank God, I don't have to run around anymore. Hey, don't I know you? Yes, after the beasts were taken care of, you told me to join everyone in the square. Thanks to you, I was there when Vitra gave his speech, and I found out who Bashala really was. It's a shame we don't get to play like we used to, but Mama says Vitra has been busy putting the city back in order. Maybe I can work for him one day, when I'm a man grown. Vita, Mr. Gama's offspring, yes? And this child wishes to put himself at the worm's command. He might make his own contribute to society. A pattern emerges. I predict the Hansa survivors are those who had ingested Vitra's blood and become his gigantic minions. Though dragons were no match for our civilization, their combat capabilities are not to be underestimated. It is unlikely they would experience emotions of dread or uncertainty as exhibited by lesser beings in times of undue stress. Dragons? I'm not a dragon. And I never ingested anyone's blood either. Ew! You are not a Vitra's horde, so you possess no hidden means to fight off the beasts. What of fear then? You were frightened? Yes, I was frightened. I just hid and hoped that it wouldn't find me, at least until she told me that it was safe to come out. Huh? Are you a traveler? Please, if you have a moment, I could use an outsider's perspective. She's going right through me. You see, I was one of those who sought to escape the madness plaguing the world by fleeing to the moon. Not that we ever went, in the end. So here I am, recently returned from Starland. Except now things are strained between my sister and I, since she chose to stay and I chose to leave. I asked her to help me find work, and she suggests I look somewhere that isn't down there, as if I wanted to abandon my home. It makes me so angry. But your point is unclear. You elected to relocate to the star satellite. Thus, your relative now perceives you in a negative light. Your siblings' judgment is in error. Based on the information made available to Hazan citizens, your decision to withdraw to the moon were both logical and correct. Controversially, the decision to remain in Razanhan despite the low probability of survival defies explanation. Perhaps her reason and pathways are faulty. That's right. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but I'm right, aren't I? Or so I like to think. The problem is I understand why my sister feels this way. I almost decided against going myself. Even then, I wasn't sure that leaving behind everything I love was the right choice. And with the way it all turned out. And we go over here. We're breaking and entering. Open up! Oh, it's Grandma. Wait, didn't you get turned into a beast? Oh, hello again. You're the one who came to ask questions about Kazan. I'm glad to see you're looking well after all that unpleasantness. I remember the burning skies and the heart hearing the screams, but truth be told, I'm still confused as to what actually happened. I only know it wasn't unusual for entire families to go missing. Many of my neighbors' houses lie empty even now. Kazahan's place is one of them. He had no close relatives to speak of, and I heard that it was members of the consortium who came to remove his belongings. What a terrible thing to have to do. Blip, terrible. Kazan's passing was recorded in the report. Clearing out his documents and readying it for new inhabitants seems appropriate relocation of resources. Dear me, what a clever little contraption. But of course I'm not against making use of his quarters. That would be wasteful. It's simply that Kazan was always such a vigorous person. All that passing, all those feelings suddenly gone. I feel the same sorrow for everyone who was lost. Seeing what remains of those vibrant lives packed away in boxes, that is what I mean by terrible. Naruto, I require a moment to process this input. Let us move apart and discuss our findings. Kill! Input overload. I must have time and distance from subjects to process this data. Flip processing data. Evaluating hypothesis against accumulating evidence. I offer optimal analysis of each subject's testimony, yet each time their responses conflicted with my assessment. Without identifying the root cause of this conflict, I will be unable to properly define what constitutes strength of heart. Perhaps the heart you seek lies in the conflict itself. An interesting observation. It is possible my base criteria is in error, in which case it's imperative that I continue learning this learning process and repair any fundamental misconceptions. Next, I wish to interact with the individual who endured similar circumstances to Kazuha prior to his transformation. Are you acquainted with the local merchants who had dealings with him? Blip. Diabata of Rider of Fibers, acknowledge sub-destination set. Where is that in the map? Fibers. So we're gonna have to go. The best thing to go to would be this one. Airship landing. Oops, I went the wrong way. Like this. That's a speech bubble. What? Hold on. I want to see what the speech bubble is. I think that's the first speech bubble. Halt, Naruto, do not proceed beyond the fence. In this body, birds of that size represent lethal, unthinking threats. They will peck at my casing apart. Search for meat that does not exist. Conversely, Alpha can correctly identify my absence of mutual content. If only he would apply that intelligence towards maintaining a regular feeding schedule for habits adversely affect his mobility. Alpha, have you not been eating correctly? Okay, I just had to see that. He's so genuinely concerned. It's just like, yo, can we not? I need to get that sightseeing log. Well, look who it is, and I must thank you again for your help in moving our textiles. Recovering from those tragic events has been difficult, of course, but with everyone pulling together, we managed to get things back up and running. However, Aza, I have come with questions related to that tragedy, specifically your survival of the final days. Although you are similar to Kaza in my respects, he succumbed to the transformation and you did not. Why? What is the critical difference between you and him? What? I'm sure I don't know. I'm not especially brave or courageous, if that's what you're asking. Perhaps being focused on protecting our workshops kept me from spinning into a panic. Still, I imagine Kaza would have been feeling the same sense of responsibility. Perhaps the weight of it all is what invited his demise. You were of the same mind, resolve, of the same purpose, yet your strength of heart, of spirit, was not equal. If merely emulating the individual is significant, then some other unseen factor must be involved. Not to interrupt these deep for all of music, but do you think I could ask for you a small favor? There's a man by the name of Navas who has been helping us out here while he's getting back on his feet. I have a feeling he's benefited from speaking with you. Leave by the eastern exit and you should find him just outside, organizing some new inventory items. Okay. But first, I need to get my sightseeing log thing here. I'm wondering if I can, okay, good. Yes! But first, we're going to switch to dark mode to get back 8. Was it 3? No. There we go. The State Sponsor Workshop is famed for producing silk thread of exquisite quality. It is their culture and weaving techniques were once jealously guarded secrets, but security measures have become lax since Uda and other nations began manufacturing their own silk fabrics. We're going to all the speech bubbles, I don't care. This is me getting more content for myself. Alpha. Quitty! Alpha puffs out his chest proudly, seeming to imply that his ironwork uniform is the best attire anyone could wear. Well, for you, little Alpha, it is. Omega, what you guys say? The equipment being manufactured here, it is worn to perform specific duties. Yes, conceptually, it seems analog to our practice of switching frames to better serve our mission objectives. I, for example, did not begin existing with Omega model. With the Omega model, I was originally supplied with a standard issue Omicron Craxy serial number MO17. On this world, the alphanumeric combination would be considered my given name. Such designations are drawn from near infinite registers of celestial bodies to avoid the possibility of duplication. Furthermore, the clusters known as MO17 is better expressed in your language as the Omega Nebula, the same word I used to introduce myself to your kind. Though your associate Omega with the advanced weapon construct, it is also my name, as I see no reason to change it no matter which frame I inhabit. Yo, dude, you don't have to change the name. I was gonna force you. Are you in the corner? No, you are not in the corner. Oh, where has... Oh, guy's passed out. He drunk too much. Oh, God, that was bad. That was bad. Oh, God. That's all our orders accounted for. Everything looks to be of good quality. Karma will be pleased. You were with the Scions. You were there. Yes, I'm sure of it. I'll never forget that day. You and your friends helped us escape when people began changing into beasts. My own son, he was afflicted. Then that huge mustache loomed right over him, and I remember my heart turning to ice, freezing in place. The Satrap came to my aid, but then he, too, was gone. Yeah, I remember you. The memories run together in my mind, like flashes from a nightmare. Only the words of your comrades still ringing, still ring clear. I repeat them over and over, like a mantra, as I fled for my life. You must run, for the sake of you, for their sake and your own. It all seemed so surreal, which was probably what saved me from the transformation. The truth of it didn't begin to sink in until the worst of it was over. I have not the words to describe how I felt then. The sorrow, the overwhelming sense of helplessness. I may still be wallowing in misery, if not for my old friend Avra. I've lost my will to work. I lost my will to work, and he encouraged me with his kind words and odd jobs. Now somehow I live again. I am thankful to him, to the courage, Ahamawa, and to you. If you see your comrades, please let them know their efforts were not in vain. You said you lost will to work. That signifies cessation of efforts to maintain basic life functions, yes? What changed to extract you from such stagnation? I almost said segregation. Stagnation, an offer of work from Daza should mean little to one without the desire to accept it. What was it? Some manner of mortal instinct, a primal need to survive and thrive? Instinct? No, it wasn't that. If anything, my instincts were telling me to lay down and welcome the end. Welcome an end to the pain. Sorry about black text box. Every day I think of my boy's final moments. I think of how scared he must have been, how it must have hurt, and I wanted to scream my throat raw. The saw trap, too, still haunts my dreams. I see him being swallowed whole and jolt awake in a cold sweat. But something changed when Daza came to me. I looked up and I saw, even without my son or Arawan, the world around me continued to turn. And because the fact grieved me so, I knew it felt to me to live on and remember them. Strange, isn't it? What drives me to rise in the morning is the very sorrow which once crippled me. Now I must really return to my work. To lose this job after everything I just said would be poor jest indeed. May the sisters keep you well. Sorrow, the emotion generated by mortals when their ideals fail to materialize. This I have observed. Yet, when I listen to how Nasvan's sorrow served to rescue him from near fatal disposition, his logic eludes me. I am incapable of perceiving the full measures of subject response, and despite their almost equal occupation and mental parameters, Dajan and Kashan exhibit different reactions to the effects of reactions to the dynamis effects. I am no closer to recognizing the patterns for involuntary transformations, and your ephemeral mortal spirits confound me as much as, if not more, than they did before. Have you considered there is no pattern? Have you considered that there is no pattern to the people afflicted? Bloop, no pattern? You implied that the transformation was not contingent on individual fortitude, but rather a random contribution of environmental factors. Such a theory would explain the otherwise conflicting data. Very well, I shall accept this proposed propositional conclusion to this part of my investigation. I do, however, expect you to continue to supplement my education of heart-related matters. Our next destination will be Camp Broken Glass. I desire elaboration of the dealings between the Isambard contingent and the citizens of Garlemald. The report described the contingent purpose as salvation of the local populace. Furthermore, both factors face a common enemy in the Taraforoi. Why did they not immediately combine forces to their mutual benefit? This inconsistency requires closer examination. Naruto, initiate teleportation. And here we are. Teleportation successful. Evaluating immediate environment. A cold weather region by Aetheris standards, but significantly less extreme than the star with ice planet classification. This body should not be utterly impeded. In contrast to Alpha and his uncontrollable shivering, my frame appears highly resistant to low temperatures. Retrieving data, records indicate the remains of the contingent forces and the number of Imperial citizens yet inhabit this location. We must speak with the representations from both factions, explore their respective attitudes. Proceed. Alright, I'm going to take a 5-10 minute break, because I've been going for almost a full hour, 2 hours already. Holy crap. So you know how to do the things. Get food, get drink, and we'll be back in a little while. And we're back. You can leave your quest companion. Let's see what we got here. Naruto, come to see how things progress and have you? That's peak overall strategy, but communications with the locals have become a damn sight easier since Julius and his soldiers stepped in to help. Oh, and we'll still face our fair share of distrust, of course. Some folk even think we're enslaving minds with our foreign magics. Hmm. We have Anima to thank for putting that idea into their heads. I say we're doing pretty well. Establishing an open dialogue was the first big step. Query, you consider this level of progression acceptable? The reality of your efforts falls far short of the ideal. If your aim is to provide efficient succor to the local populace, then absorbing their numbers into your command structure would be the optimal path. Oh, I wouldn't want to go that far. We're not looking to take over their nation. We're doing this the right way. We need to recognize and respect each other's way of life. So while it may not be the easiest solution, I agree with the contingent slow and steady pace. I'm just happy we're saving lives. Where's the other one? A shadow from the past. Yes, I know from Victor Spoils. Have you come to laugh at me? A wretch who chose to lose. A wretch who chose to lose Licinia and her sister rather than accept your help. The fool who ended up relying upon your charity nonetheless. No. Well, perhaps I deserve my compatriots surely scorn my failed conviction. I have shamed my people and brought dishonor upon my nation. I am no better than a kept beast, my pride sold for a bowl to feed. But my soul, nay, that you shall not have. I refuse your honey offers of a new home. This land is where I belong, and this is where I shall remain. Blip, you demonstrate oppositions to the contingent's overtures? On what basis do you refuse this cooperation? Data suggests the local populace is struggling to produce the bare minimum of sustenance. Have you some secret strategy of survival, or do your orders compel you to accept your present misfortune? What? Must I be mocked by a Magitech toy now? No, I have no secret strategies, no binding orders. I but compose myself as any true Garland patriot would, uncompromising, unbending. Blast it all! Once again, this input is unanticipated. Let us move aside and process what we have heard. Okay, so accessing and analyzing recorded data, integration complete. I evaluated this most recent input and made comparisons to our discoveries in Razat Han. Consistency only in the inconsistency. Responses from both contingent member and imperial citizen were highly irrational. Conversely, any Omicron consideration, the predicaments would have echoed my assessments exactly. The divergence from self-evident logic is key hypothesis. The illogical relationship between would-be saviors and suffering populace is another result of unpredictable nature of mortal hearts. But any property or ability has inherent advantage and disadvantages, yet never have I encountered a unique determination. It appears that those who share your metaphysical capabilities are prone to complicating simple cognitive process. An undesirable quality. I will, however, persist in furthering my understanding of the subject. Query. Prior to formulating our next step, I was to know who is this the Imperial Master. A knowledge. To summarize, insignificant data on foreign culture resulted in indivisible and ultimately fatal action. I witnessed such self-destructive behavior during the course of our planetary conquest. Overwhelming enemy forces would have voluntarily withdrawn into perilous regions, leading to a successful inevitable loss. Tangible data requested. I was to learn about the burial customs. The practice has ever seemed nonsensical, but new data suggests it arises from the same source as your cognitive complications. Take me to the celestial burial site. It may aid me in understanding. Bloop bleep. Energy delivery systems compromised. Core temperature critically low. Warning. Immediate heat required. Request. Apply friction to outer frame. Blue plate, temperature normal, energy levels stabilizing. The creation of this model, I must have experienced impaired cognitive reasoning during the design. The creators of this model must have experienced impaired cognitive reasoning during the design process. Upon our return, I request additional guidance shielding as well as accurate temperature sensor array. This will not affect my combat capabilities, but should improve my basic survival rate. Reconfirming sub-destination. In which direction will we find? Acknowledge. Alpha, you are to remain in close proximity, close enough to envelop me in. Look, deceptively deep snowdrift almost defeated me, but we have successfully arrived at the location you indicated. Caution advised. Unknown individual appears to be investigating the object of my interest. Oh, You're Eorzea's champion, are you? Aren't you, Naruto Uzumaki? I never introduced myself, did I? I'm a soldier of the First Legion and comrade of Julius. Perhaps you remember me from Therium? We spoke about collecting Ceruleum and again later on, after Lord Quintus had passed. Echo, don't fail me now. Oh yeah, he was the guy who was like... Oh yeah. Explanation requested. What is the reason for your presence here? That must be the tiniest Magitech weapon. Oh no, it's just an oddly shaped communicator, isn't it? In any case, I have nothing worthy to report. I heard the sisters who used to live in my sector were buried here, so I thought, come pay my respect. Alphinaud and Alisaie told me the story, complete with the profuse apologies that they adamant that no amount of remorse could ease the tragedy of what came to pass. Not that my fellow soldiers and I are in any place to judge. We were manipulated, fooled into starting an insecure insurrection which led to countless deaths among our own countrymen. Objection: the casualties occurred through your infighting are distinct from those caused by Ilzabar contingent. To restate, you are justified in seeking resolution from the contingent for causing the deaths of Lucinia and her sisters. Retaliation for damages sustained is also a logical progression. I can deduce two reasons why you did not initiate hostilities with Naruto and her allies. One, you judge your remaining forces too weakened to contend effectively with the contingent. Two, your emotions are complicating the issue. Tell me which of these is correct. Well, when you lay it out like that, I'm afraid my answer isn't like to win me any medals. So would you mind keeping this to yourselves? The unspoken thought we were outmatched on the battlefield, certainly. But the real reason I'm not demanding restitution, it has little to do with the weighing the odds. The simple truth is, I'm so caught up with the simple survival that I have no strength to spare for past grievances. The same goes for avenging my comrades we've lost, be that my brothers in arms or Lord Quintus himself. Although it seems everyone has an opinion about the matter of his passing, some say he should have fought until the end, that he abandoned us to the enemy. Others praise him for taking the full burden of responsibility and freeing us to walk our own path. I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but I'm inclined to side with the latter. He gave us the choice of freedom, and that's the choice I've made. I could cry and rant and rage, and what would be the point? I save my energy for worrying about my next meal, my next task. I need to focus on the ones left behind, on making some kind of life for my comrades and me. And if need to lean on the contingent to do that, then what will I do even if their aid comes at a price? I'm willing to pay it. Even amongst your own, there are times when cooperation demands compromise. What matter that they are outsiders? Besides, I think I could grow to like Alphino and Alisaie. They've reached out to us knowing with kindness and compassion from the very beginning. Some nations, your desire to survive, even should it means allying with the contingent, was a feeling you already harbored. Later to justify your reasoning? But that blunt but accurate, I suppose. The heart is honest about what it wants, even if the mind takes a while to reconcile the decision. Well, this has been oddly cathartic, but I must return to my duties. There are wild beasts to cull, watch, fires to light, supplies to transport. Even without an emperor, there's no rest for an imperial. Be well and stay safe. Blip. Upon review of recent input, I have arrived at an unexpected conclusion. I have been formulating my assessments on the premise that it was a man who commanded the strength of his heart, but the data suggests the opposite is true. The surge of spirit, of feeling, of emotions can entangle your thoughts to such a degree that even control over your own behavior is compromised. It seems a most counterproductive specification. This also explains why my interactions with mortal subjects have produced more confusing than clarification. It's since a formidable barrier to understanding. My bitrate just dropped into the red. Hold on. Blip. My earlier hypothesis has been borne out. The suboptimal operations being conducted here is the result of emotional compromise reasoning. I am ready to progress to my third and final query. I would learn more about these references to as those referenced to as agents. It is clear that this group was a crucial factor of the final days, but information contained in the report was insignificant to form an overview. The Loporrits are creations of the ancients and are said to maintain repositories of their knowledge. By my calculation, the base of these moon dwellers will provide the best source of additional data. Teleport us to the Boro Naruto, preferably before my batteries freeze over. Okay, I'm back in the green now. Your teleportation spell was successful. We appear to arrive at the location described as Bestway Borough. An inspection of the technology in use here would give me a detailed insight into the ancients and their civilization. This body, however, lacks my previous frame's advanced observational functionality. I will require external assistance. No, it can't be. It is you! Oh, Naruto, I miss you so! What is this? You brought with you. This soft, feathery vision. Well, we've been out fluff. We've been out fluff. Back up the moon, it's all over. Why bother with burrow building bunnies when you could have walk around with this adorable avian engineer? Just bake me into a pie and be done with it. Wow, that got dark fast. That got dark fast. Like, I'm just like, that got dark. Hold on, let me reread that, because am I tripping? Why bother with burrow building bunnies when you can walk around with this adorable avian engineer? Just bake me into a pie and be done with it. Rabbit pie. I don't know. Loprit Pi. Expect our inventions. Wait, so you're not done with us? I wasn't worried. I wasn't truly worried, of course. And I certainly wasn't about to roll myself in dough and dive into Cooking Way's new oven. Like I said, this just got dark and went into vor. How do you go from being happy-go-lucky to suicidal to vor back to being happy? Oh my god, the Loprit's just... Oh my god. Ahem. If a technical breakdown is what you need, then I'm your Loprit. As the resident atmospheric regulation expert, I can field any question or query you might care to pose. Blip, acceptable. I will employ this being to guide me around the facilities. Your presence is not mandatory, even locked within my current chassis. I am still Artemis construct that has endured hundreds of your life cycles. I am capable of completing simple objectives alone. Very well, I leave you to it. You can go with him. Objective complete. What happened to Growing Way? After my 50th question, his responses began to suffer noticeable delays. By that stage, we had viewed a representative cross-section of Loprit engineering. Thus, I deemed it unnecessary to retain his company. Conclusion: exploration of a fraction of technology on display. The full spectrum of the agent's advancements was, at minimum, equivalent to a level 4 civilization. A fact which demands further investigation. Despite establishing near identical societies, these building beings nevertheless harbored a weakness which invited self-destruction. In studying them, I stand to gain greater understanding of Sir's anomalous decisions. Gorway informed me that another type of ancient man entity exists upon this satellite, the one they call the Watcher. I would speak to him. Blip. The conversation. Then conserve your ether. We will ride this Argos to our destination as you have suggested. Bloop. Impeding detected. The creature identified Argos refuses to acknowledge our presence. Apostles. Upon our arrival, Growing expressed concern that he had been outfluffed. They suggest the existence of place-based anarchy. Oh my god. Omega is gonna be so messed up after this. My station in such a system would be predictably low, but Argos is adamant in ignoring even Alpha. Its fluffiness level is impossible to gauge. Argos turns to you with a passive gaze. It seems you will need to intervene. You're the fluffiest of them all, dear Argos. Argos gives a motioning to his back. It seems you have participants on board. Bloop, you have secured the creature's permission. Curious, it is your fluffy tail which provides such exemplary standing in the hierarchy. I actually wondered, like, now I'm wondering, like, what would that be if you were like if you're Lala, Aura, or Bunny Girl, because Auras are scaly, and Bunny Girls don't have tails. Blip. I have allowed myself to become distracted. Let us continue to the Watcher at once. I was bemused by the arrival of these small visitors, but I see they are companions of yours. What a rare thing for my abode to be thus crowded. How many may I be of service to you? Hello, Watcher. My purpose here is to learn more about the ancients. I would know of their deeds, their philosophies, the very nature of their hearts. I would understand why the final days was visited upon my home star. A worthy endeavor, but there is nothing better suited to assisting you with the task. Perhaps you might favor us with a tale or two of the ancients you met during your travels, Naruto. My fragmented memories would be pale substitute indeed for the clarity of your more recent experiences. In other words, you're lazy and don't want to do it. Yes, I can envision every detail. Your meeting with Venat and Elixelk and Hyperidaeus, the sorrow and determination of Hermes. I am a creation of Heidelin. As such, I believe the age of the ancient would fade and be forgotten. Yet knowing that their memory lives so vividly within you, it brings me great joy. I pray you keep them close to your heart. At the time of your journey to the past, the one whose essence I am embody would have been a scholar at Adir Hussein. Had you reason to go there, perhaps you might have met. As a man of learning, he was firm friends with Venat. They spent long hours trading theories or debating the laws of the universe. I remember joining her faction as the final days bore down upon us. Yet, of the events surrounding that tragedy, I recall precious little. Island wished for the people of your age to decide their own path. Thus, I suspect my recollection was limited by design. Yet even so, she could not cut away our persistent memory. I feel most distinctly this sadness at what was to come to pass, that in becoming Hydaelyn's heart, Manat would forever stand apart from the people she so loved. If she were so resolved in her convictions that he too would share her sleepless vigil over the future yet to unfold. Thus was the vow he made to Venat as her transformation took hold. His fevered wish must have reached her in some fashion, for though his life was drained away by the summoning, he was reborn with a new form and new purpose when I awoke as the Watcher of the Moon. As you heard, Naruto, you felt, you thought. He said it! He said the words! He said it! And in seizing the future for yourselves, you have brought full circle the saga, which Venat began. What you accomplished was no divine miracle. It was but the beacon of hope passed down from one generation to the next, a successful succession of wishes and prayers, reshaping the star into the world we know you deserve. You have our deepest gratitude. I thank you, not only as myself, but as the man I once was, and on behalf of those who devoted themselves to Venat's vision. I'm about to cry. Like, I'm tearing up right now. I'm about to cry. Boop, boop. Omega, you crying too? I understand the facts of your story, Naruto, but not how you have chosen to process them. On what grounds do you speak of Venat with such fondness? By sundering the worlds, he ultimately guided your kind to victory, yet in doing so, she caused irreparable damage to its individual members. The scale of that is beyond calculation. It is evident, however, that it resulted in a protraction period of suboptimal existence for Elmixelk and his brethren. Query: if the survival of your kind is deciding factor in your elevation, then should you not also admire Hermes and his decision to subject man to a trial, forcing you to change or perish, as was the fate of countless civilizations before you? For my presence, his determination was similar to that of the Omicron's ancestors, those who first begun trading flesh for machine, so that our people might stand against the onslaught of aggression from the other races. Other races, not racist. It was an unprecedented attempt, accomplished by much failure and sacrifice. Their early experiments was crude, primitive. Had they not made those first advances, however, we would have remained vulnerable to our environment. The violence would have utterly consumed us. And what of Elmixelk himself? Judging by your retelling, he was a benevolent ally saddled with tragic fate. Yet I remember the years when my instruments fed me data from events across the entire star. During that time, I witnessed his Asians engineer multiple instances of cataclysmic strife. These calamities, as you know them, were responsible for planet-wide destruction. A man whose endgame relied upon the extinction of all modern mortals must, by definition, be your worst enemy. I require an answer. As a being of heart and soul, how do you classify each of these profound, pivotal figures? From your perspective, which of them was most justified in their actions? Oh, now you're asking a philosophical question. They were all justified in their own ways. None of them were justified. No, they were all justified, and when you really get down to it, each was justified in their own way. Lanat was justified in her own way because she wanted to protect all life. She didn't want dying. In the words of a destroyer, Beerus, for before creation comes destruction. You can't have something new without destroying something old. It's a natural way of the universe. It's just something that happens. So Vanat is justified in her, like, yeah, our time, we had our time. We did everything. Might not have done everything we wanted to do, but we have our time. It's time for the next generation to go on. Hermes was justified, as much as I hate to admit that he was justified in his actions because he believed that the ancients were going down a path of stagnation, that they were going down a path where eventually they would get to a point where they were so apathetic towards their own creations and probably even towards each other that life and death would have no meaning. They were kind of like gods in a way. You live so long and see so much that at a certain point it doesn't matter to you. The little things just don't matter anymore. Like the day-to-day things, those don't matter. It's kind of how I'm going to take a page and say the beings in the gods in Percy Jackson and the Olympians they've lived for so long that they modernized themselves, yeah, but at the same time they didn't see the trouble that they caused mortals and their demigod children. They just saw the glory that they get from what their children did. Like, I could talk about this all day, but we're not going to stick on it for long periods of time, but I can talk about that all day to justify Hermes. Elmixelk is also justified in that while he did lose his memories of our time there with him and of what truly was going to happen, he lost his best friend. He lost a lot of people that he cared for and his best friend, even though he won't openly admit that, Hyperidaeus. So that just has to be like the nail in the coffin. You could only face so much sadness and despair before you want or try to go back to the way things were. You want to go back to the way things were because guess what? That was the time you had where everything made sense. Everything made you feel right. Everything was right with the world. And a lot of comics and things in today's media kind of touch on this, that we get so upset sometimes that we want the world to just stop and listen to us, that we just want to hear the world to hear us scream out and say, I want this to stop. I just want a day to myself to contemplate this. I just want the world to stop so I can contemplate it. But no, the world continues to spin, and we have to move along with the world or be left behind. Elnick Silk wanted to go back to that moment, that perfect moment where everything was made sense to him and his people. That's the reason they tried so hard to cause the rejoinings, even if it meant the destruction of all life on the planet. It would be worth it if they could get that perfect life they had back. So in a way, they were all Elmick Silk is justified in wanting his friends, his family, the ones he knew and loved back. Going about it wrong way, yes, but he was justified in his own eyes. In his eyes and those who saw like him, they were justified. When it comes down to being justified, you can't put it into perspective of he's right, he's wrong. Justification isn't about good or bad, it's about what you feel, what you think is right at the time. What you might see as justified, another will see as villainous. And a lot of things show this, but I'm not going to continue on trying to be philosophical. I'll leave that for other people who are much better at it than me. So I'm going to say they were all justified in their own ways. I think I understand. You seek a definite answer, yet based on our experience, Naruto and I might develop very different opinions. In the same fashion, you are free to form your own thoughts on the matter. Do not be so swift to consider them without merit. I do not have my own thoughts on the matter. I assess each situation with the same logic pathways available to every Omnicron. Even if 1,000 Omnicrons were asked to analyze the same event, they would all return the same results regardless of individual experiences. There is no strength to be found in fractured reasoning. Nonetheless, I find your input valuable. Recording data alongside interviewed results. This concludes my investigation into the complete elements of the final day's report. I will reanalyze the accumulated information and examine the factors which led to Sir's incomprehensible decision. Let us return to Gosmanov. I'm going to close all that. Okay, hold on. Thank you. Mistress Naruto. Mistress Naruto, I have been aware of your coming. Please Take the lift. Oh my. Ah, there you are. Right at the last moment. Your journey with Omega was properly educational, I hope. We plan to ask you all about it in the sides, but I'm afraid something urgent has come up. Seems our Ironworks associates have found a job elsewhere, and Jesse needs Wedge and me to rush in and lend a hand. There's an airship already waiting for us out in the harbor. In fact, do you think you could escort us over there and talk as we walk? Flip, acceptable. I am fully capable of speech during ambulation. I figured you might be. Right, let's get a move on then. So, you cleared up all those points of confusion then? I had mistakenly classified your intangible heart as an ability of some kind. An uncanny power that Omnicrons could neither learn nor even measure. Even now, its full nature yet eludes my comprehension. Based upon our investigation, however, I have decided to alter my definition. A phenomena which includes one's interpretation of reality. Oh, he's pulling an Itachi right here. That is close to an answer, as I have found. Accordingly, sir, actions upon meeting Medion strongly indicated the presence of a heart. Sir did not follow routine logic, but formulated an independent assessment based upon the reality it perceived. It felt that the best course for the Omnicrons were to cease their expansion and terminate all functions. Well, here's our ship. Aye, we need to be going. But first, I'll hold you to our bargain, Omega. It's time you told us what the transmission from the flight folks. What? Acknowledge. I will uphold the terms of our agreement. The Gordon Savage from the Ragnarok was a simple one. The message is so basic that time spent listening to it may result in a net loss of value. Shall I continue? Now you're just teasing. Tell us the message already. Acknowledge. Converting dialogue coding to local language. To whoever receives this message out there in the vast reaches of the cosmos. To some, I hope who look up at the stars with the same wistful gaze as mine. To you, I say, forge ahead. May all our tomorrows be blessed with joy. Oh my god, this is a kick to my nads. This message has no designated recipient. It lacks purpose. The concept of joy is overly abstract. The vocal simplification is known to manifest. Said joy is unrealistic in its optimism. Yet based on the experiences, my assessment of transmission's value conflict with its apparent impact. And still, I fail to understand you, sir. Your heart still confuses me. Was termination of everything the correct course? How did you arrive at this conclusion? It defies all my attempts at reasoning. But I was designed to evolve. If I continue to learn, the probability that I eventually comprehend the phenomenon is greater than zero. So I will put the dilemma of your decision aside for now. And continue my existence upon this distant star, as I dwell amongst these many life forms, so I will continue to piece together the complete shape of their mortal hearts. I must document their progress. Dude, that was like emotionally and psychologically deep right there. Your contribution to my education is appreciated. Naruto, indeed, I have amassed a satisfying quality of valuable data. Now, that our ghost business is complete. However, Alpha and I will return to traveling the world. Drawing on recent experience, I'm confident we can find the radius of our ventures by significant margins. We need not limit ourselves to Eorzea. I am familiar with Sarlian and Razahan, and would like to revisit the freezing climates of Golem. Bloop. I negated to instruct it was to upgrade my climate shielding. Blip. Blip. I will reroute my request to Deputy President Jesse. Engaging implement and party salutations. Farewell, Naruto. Gives him and draws forth a scrap of paper from under his wing. Seems he wants you to have it. Perhaps this is his way of thinking. Oh, thank you, Alpha. You the best of boys. Swiftly, Alpha. The road is long, and we have barely begun our journey. Oh God, this one kicked me in the feels. Why? Why you gotta kick me in the feels? I was fine with being ignorant. But that was a good quest. A lot of people thought we were going to fight something, but I even thought we were going to fight something. But turns out we were getting a lesson in of the heart and the mind. And a kick to the nads! God dang it, that hurt. Oh God, I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. That was... so we can go to Fisherman's Guild. But that was a kick to the nads. I loved every moment of it. I loved every moment of that quest. That quest was well done, chef's kiss. And I've been on for almost 3 hours. Holy crap. And I haven't done any kind of real combat besides the quest for the tribe quest. The tribe quest, man. I'm not gonna call them beasts because they're not beasts. Well, they are beasts, but still. You get what I'm trying to say here. What's the upper deck? We gotta get to the upper deck. Okay, I like her outfit. Hold on, I want to see this. Oh, she's a sage too. What is she wearing? Palkad's Vest of Healing. I think I just found a new glamour piece, boys. I recognize you. I recognize ye. What do you want? Long as it's not about another bloody apocalypse, I don't see why not. Wait here. Wait here. Oh, it's not a bloody apocalypse. Well, it's not yet. That's 7.0. Ha ha! Well, bugger me. Thought we seen the last of you for a while. What brings you aboard? Your cruise? Okay. Your crew seems busy. No rest for the wicked, and we're all getting so many shipping requests that we've hardly put down anchor since old Sarlian. You know, there was a time I thought pirating was the whole world. The best of them all meant something. Going to Ilzabar made me see how small my world was. Compared to the real one standing next to the star's finest, I started to wonder what I had to brag about. The bloody executioners went and made me proud by bringing in a bugger god's damn haul of adamantite than anyone else in the realm. Between that and the new metalworks we got going with the Cabal, the Cabals, I almost said Cabals. This ain't Destiny, and the Shagan looking to export their own wares. It seems like we're right time for the executioner to change our sails, so to speak. Which is all to say, if you got wares for promoting, we'd be happy to show them off across the realm and beyond. Well, there we go. Masterworks from guaranteed by the Warrior of Light herself. Almost seems a waste to wear 'em. Folk be lining up box for these. Literally seeing an old Sarlian only accessible by sea. Now if we got ourselves an exclusive shipping contract. I see the course as clear as day. Now we just need emulation on board. He's right, useless when there's work to be done, but talk another matter, and he still owes me for keeping his sorry ass out of trouble. So I'll have him put me in touch with a few savory settlement types on the continent. I bid you farewell. Deltaru, I look forward to settling sail on these new tides of hers. May the winds all change, guide us all right. Naruto, it's me. How goes our little adventure thus far? Went well. Oh, eyeing the sipping roots, is he? All according to Keikaku. I mean, plan. But our work has only just begun. I'll keep after my own content while you work I hear it's not often in the city, but I don't doubt that Mother Moon can sniff him out. But we're going to take a break real quick. So once again, get yourself something to drink, go use the bathroom, let the pets out, let them go poop in the another person's yard, and we'll be right back. That was a good bathroom break. And I can see again. Holy crap. But yeah, we're getting around that time. It's alright. It's only 10 a.m. Oh my god, it's only 10 a.m. We're gonna cut it, depending on certain things. We're gonna we might cut it after we finish this quest. But we're gonna cut it after this quest and save the Hildebrand stuff for a later date. I hope y'all don't mind. I know y'all probably want to see me do Hildebrand and have me have an godforsaken aneurysm with that. But we are going to go on and finish the quest for Tataru, and then I'm gonna sign off, and continue doing my daily reset stuff. Why? If it isn't Naruto stuck with the sudden craving for eel pie? Were you? Or is it information you fancy? A little bit of A, a little bit of B. Oh yes, the word of our CC'er is coming and going. That fails to reach my ears. I'm told that ever since the return from his foray in Isambard, he's been roaming back and forth between our neighboring tribe settlements and the Lotus Stand. You'll miss him if you make for the one or the other. Like as not. So I suggest you waylay him at the Blue Badger's Gate. Thank you. Because I don't remember where that... Oh, it's right there. Okay. Just walking all over the tables.